Hello, I'm Andrea, and this video is aimed towards helping white men who want to date black women. And specifically, this video is about the approach. So I want to help white men who want to approach black women to ask them out on a date. So my credentials, I am in a relationship right now with a white man. We've been together for over 9 years. Our relationship's going strong. And before him, I'd been out on dates and relationships with like 8 or 9 other white guys. So I'm gonna just call myself, I'm an expert on dating white men. I haven't exclusively dated white men, but I know a thing or two about white men, specifically American white men. So this video is kind of geared towards you all. The reason why I have this goal is because I feel like interracial relationships and interracial datings put us on the fast track to racial healing, which is very important to me. I want there to be racial healing in this country. Of course, not everybody needs to be in an interracial relationship, or that's not necessarily the goal, but love is so amazing. And so I don't want you to ever feel like, oh, I see this girl and I want to go out with her, but I don't know how to make it happen. I don't ever want you to feel like you can't go after like the love of your life or who could be the love of your life because you don't know how to talk to her. You feel like you aren't equipped. So I'm here to equip you and support you, white men, if there's a black woman that you see out in the world that you want to go out with. So there's 2 types of approaches. There's the cold call approach, and then there's the slow and steady approach. So this video is going to be for the cold call approach, as I'm calling it. I'm going to make another video for the slow and steady approach. So like a cold call approach is basically like a black woman that you see in the world and you've never seen her before and you're probably never going to see her again. So if you want to go out with her, like you have to make a move like right now. Whereas the slow and steady approach is a black woman that you see at your job, or she's in a class with you, or like a yoga class or something like that. So you have an opportunity to see her over time. So if it's a black woman that you just happen to see at like a coffee shop or in a bookstore or at the grocery store or something, and you're like, I gotta make a move right now, this video is for you. So this approach I think is gonna be hard for y'all, because in my experience, white men tend to be a little more subtle and black men tend to be not subtle. And so obviously I'm painting with a broad brush stroke here. White men are sometimes different than that, and black men are sometimes different than that, blah, blah, blah. But like on the whole, in my experience, white men tend to be a little more subtle. And that subtlety can work against you when you're dealing with a black woman, because a lot of us are used to the way black men approach us. So if you go up to a black woman and you think you're flirting and you think you're making your interest known, it may not be reading that way to us. So you saying hello, how are you, may not be enough. So you may have to like come out of your comfort zone and be pretty explicit. Be respectful, be professional, but like explicit in the sense of like letting the woman know that you are interested in her romantically and that you find her romantically attractive. And it can be done, and white men have done this. Like I had a white man approach me in a bookstore and he made his intentions known, and we ended up going out on a date, and I think we ended up dating for like 3 months. So it can happen. You can do it. So you need to approach her and, say hello, how are you doing, and smile. Be respectful of her space and like the space that you're in or whatever. But maybe a compliment is a great way to say, complimenting her eyes or her earrings or her smile. I would say kind of keep it to neck up. But where, not to say there are black men who have approached me and they're not just complimenting from the neck up, but I don't want you to have to go way out of your comfort zone, and I'm certainly not encouraging you to go up to a black woman and say, hey, you have a nice ass, would you like to go out to dinner? Unless that's who you are and you feel like that would work for you, but I'm not encouraging that. But I'm saying if you if a white man came up to me and said, "Hi, how are you today?" listened for my answer, and then said, "Oh, that's so lovely. I'm really happy to hear that. Well, I had to come over here because you have a beautiful smile." I would know that he's interested in going out with me. And that would give me I'm like, oh, okay, he likes, complimenting her smile or complimenting her eyes is a great approach. I know I said earrings. I'm not sure about earrings because then she's going to think, oh, does he want to know the store that I got the earrings from so he can buy some for his sister or his girlfriend? So I would say keep the compliment to something regarding her face. Or that, yeah, I'm thinking like eyes and smile. Eyes and smile are like pretty clear. And then you've got to ask her out, especially because it's a cold call. So like, the line's moving. You got to make a move and you got to make the move quick. So don't ask her to hang out. Okay. Like you're not in the 10th grade. You're an adult. So you need to make it clear that you want to go to a place, and buy her something like coffee or ice cream or dinner, a movie or something like that. But I think especially on a cold call, because you're trying to figure out, we're still as women trying to check in, like, is this person crazy or something? Like you want to be safe. So I would encourage like asking her to go to a public place like a coffee shop or a restaurant, or like an ice cream parlor or something like that, and say like, so for example, "Hi, how are you? How are you doing today?" Listen to her answer, maybe respond and say, "Well, it's lovely to talk to you. My name is Chad. And I had to come over here because you have a beautiful smile." And then she'll probably smile if she's interested. And then you can say, "Listen, I know you're in the midst of coming and going. I don't know how much time you have, but I'd love if I could take you out for a cup of coffee sometime. Or for like an ice cream cone or whatever happens in the town where you live." Like one of my girlfriends was saying that there's a drum circle in her town, and so maybe you'd invite her to a drum circle. I don't know. It doesn't, but something that like, or you could say, "Invite you to the drum circle, and then afterwards, I'd love to take you out for an ice cream cone." I clearly like ice cream because I keep bringing it up. But that for a cold call, the point is you have to say something, and it has to be verbal. You can't just smile and expect her to know. You have to speak to her, and you have to compliment her in a way that she knows you are interested romantically, and then you need to ask her out at that juncture for something, again, in a public place, and indicating a desire to purchase something, for you all to share together, so that it's clear, because otherwise it could come off like, oh, does this person just want to be friends with me? And obviously if you go on the date and there's no chemistry, then you learn, but like you need to make it clear that you want to go on a romantic date. So that's my tips for the cold call approach of a Black woman. Good luck with that. Best of luck to you. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I will also link to the video for white guys who want to go out with a Black woman, but they're doing the slow and steady approach. And please subscribe to this channel for more tips and tricks on dating Black women. Thanks for watching.